Coming up on episode 6 of the podcast, we'll be showing you guys some iPad trailers for GT Racing Motor Academy, Gangstar West Coast Hustle, Blockus, and Chess Classic, along with some iPhone trailers for Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, the new Gameloft Action Pack, Shrek Forever After, and Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction, all here on the Gameloft Video Podcast. Hey everyone, I'm Josh.
And I'm Naomi, and welcome to the Gameloft Video Podcast, your online source for anything and everything related to Gameloft.
We hope you guys are having an awesome spring wherever it is you're watching us from.
Definitely. We've had an eventful couple of months here at Gameloft. There's been a lot going on and some big announcements, along with the release of games for the App Store. That's right. We released some huge games for the iPhone and iPod Touch recently, including Iron Man 2 and Zombie Infection. We also announced last month that Gameloft has sold over 330 million downloadable games across a wide variety of different mobile devices since its founding, which is a huge achievement for any gaming company. Totally. And to cap it all off, Gameloft celebrated its 10-year anniversary in Paris, France. We'll have some footage of that for you guys shortly, and we also held a contest that allowed some of our fans to attend the party and try out Hero Sparta 2. The 10th anniversary party brought in Gameloft representatives from nearly 24 countries, along with members of the media and some of our business partners. We got to drink champagne in a ferry across the Seine and meet colleagues from across the globe.
Cheers and happy birthday.
Here are some of our contest winners trying out some iPad games, one of which was Hero of Sparta 2. So now that we're all done partying, let's get down to business. And what better way to start than by announcing some brand new additions to the iPad App Store. A few games that you already know and love are out there waiting for you right now.
GT Racing is coming to the iPad App Store, bringing with it the dozens of manufacturers and over 100 car models you've come to enjoy. Touch Arcade called it one of the best racers on the App Store, and Slide to Play says that GT Racing Motor Academy is a gorgeous, realistic racer with tons of content. The iPad version comes with full HD graphics and reworked cockpits that look even more realistic. Feel the rush and excitement of a real race thanks to the feeling of holding a steering wheel in your hand as you play GT Racing on your iPad.
As we mentioned in the last podcast, Blockus is an award-winning puzzle game that was released for the iPhone and iPod Touch in April. And now we're proud to bring Blockus to your iPad. Just like the iPhone version, the game includes 4 variants to give you variety and replay value. The iPad's size and graphics lets you view the board fully and clearly with crisp detail. But moreover, the iPad offers an exclusive pass and play mode so that you and your friends can all play around one device, just like the real game, except you won't lose any pieces under the table.
Chess Classic is the ideal chess simulation game for both beginners and advanced players. With your iPad as the board, Chess Classic comes with beautiful HD graphics for the ultimate digital chess experience. With Hot Seat multiplayer mode exclusive to the iPad, you can play against a friend on the same table as the iPad becomes your chessboard. Intuitive controls let you move the pieces naturally with your fingers, just like in real life.
Experience the most successful crime simulator on the iPad. You'll explore a city inspired by Los Angeles on foot or by car and play as a gangster ready to do whatever it takes to destroy rival gangs and rule the city. Gangstar West Coast Hustle offers an unprecedented experience thanks to high-definition graphics that take full advantage of the power of the iPad.
The iPad is growing in popularity, and with that popularity comes games, so we know you'll love playing these classic Gameloft games on your iPad.
But for those of you who don't have an iPad yet, Gameloft is happy to announce the brand new Gameloft Action Pack for the iPhone. The Action Pack includes Brothers in Arms, Hour of Heroes, Blades of Fury, and Hero of Sparta 1, all together for a low price in one awesome bundle. Touch Arcade called Hero of Sparta visually impressive and fun, and that Hero of Sparta is one of the most impressive 3D games on the iPhone with remarkable production value. The game is available on your iPhone, iPod Touch, and the iPad. If you haven't heard of Hero of Sparta, you've probably been living under a rock the last 2 years with a couple of old cell phones crammed in your ears.
Prove your bravery and establish a unique fighting style through epic duels to cast your name among the greatest heroes and be remembered throughout the ages. Blades of Fury is the ultimate one-on-one fighting game available for the iPhone and iPod Touch, offering numerous game modes and a wide array of playable fighters and fighting combinations.
Brothers in Arms Hour of Heroes is a World War II action game that takes you through some of the major battlefields of the war. With 13 missions divided among campaigns in Europe and Africa, you'll feel all the thrills of a Second World War adventure. Coming up next is a game based on one of the funniest and most entertaining movie franchises of all time.
That's right, the Shrek films that have grown in popularity since the first film came out in 2001, and it's really cool that they were able to keep it funny and entertaining for all 4 films.
I agree, and Gameloft has worked very closely with the makers of Shrek to bring you guys a brand new game for the iPhone and iPod Touch, based exclusively on the new movie.
The official iPhone game for DreamWorks animation Shrek Forever After lets you be a real ogre as you fight, scare, explore, race, and fly through 11 visually stunning levels as Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots. It's an epic tale of love, war, and sketchy contracts.
Longing for the days when he felt like a real ogre, Shrek is duped into signing a pact with the smooth-talking deal-maker Rumpelstiltskin. He finds himself in a twisted alternate version of Far, Far Away, where ogres are hunted, Rumpelstiltskin is king, and Shrek and Fiona have never met. Help Shrek undo the damage he's done in the hopes of saving his friends, restoring his world, and reclaiming his true love.
The game features hundreds of lines of character audio, which will make you howl at the distinctive Shrek humor from the characters themselves. Plus, you'll encounter your favorites as never before, from Fiona as leader of the ogre resistance to the down-and-out donkey.
Earn 14 different achievements and connect to Gameloft Live to show off to your friends. You can also rock out Ogre and Ogre again to your favorite tunes with playlist connectivity while conquering the kingdom.
In keeping with the theme of franchises and sequels, I think it's time to move on to our next game, which we showed a trailer of last month.
That's right, and I bet some of you guys were disappointed that you didn't get to see gameplay footage of Prince of Persia: Warrior Within, but now you're in luck.
Warrior Within for the iPhone and iPod Touch includes 12 chapters to play through, giving it a huge lifespan. It's filled with amazing 3D animations and high-quality graphics that rival the original console version.
Prince of Persia: Warrior Within is the sequel to The Sands of Time, which was the first in Ubisoft's official trilogy. It's our favorite chapter in the Princess Saga, mainly because of the dark ambiance.
It also includes the same freeform fighting system and cinematic moments throughout. And it allows players to relive some of the most thrilling gameplay ever as you take control of the prince himself in an attempt to travel back in time and save the ones he loves.
Make use of the environment, weapons, and enemies themselves in an attempt to develop your own unique fighting style. As for controls, you can do anything on your iPhone or iPod Touch that you can do on a console, including running along walls, climbing, jumping, and more.
The prince is able to kill his enemies in a variety of different ways. Standard attacks can be performed with your sword, and you can try out combos as you learn them. QTE sequences are more interactive and require players to tap certain buttons repeatedly.
Combo attacks include jumping over an enemy's head and slicing him in two, fighting while running along a wall or while using a column to turn, and jumping off a wall to hit your enemies with even more strength.
The game is compatible with Gameloft Live, and it also offers 8 different language options to accommodate gamers from all over the world. This is definitely one app that no gamer will want to miss.
One thing I really like about Prince of Persia is the way it's been able to stick around in public consciousness over so many years.
Agreed. It was actually one of my favorite games growing up, believe it or not. And another game that's been around for a long time, but not quite as long as Prince of Persia, is the Splinter Cell series.
That's right. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction is finally here on your iPhone and iPod Touch, and we've been waiting a few months to show you guys some substantial gameplay. Sam Fisher's latest chapter takes him around the world on an epic quest to find out the truth behind his daughter's murder.
The highly skilled Special Forces operative must fight a corrupt secret agency to find out what happened to his daughter. You'll follow a trail of intrigue that leads from Iraq to a high-security facility in Washington. Run, jump, fight, and sneak your way through 11 levels set in 8 different locations.
Weapons include a handgun, shotgun, AK-47, and bazooka. You can maintain stealth by improvising with nearby objects and take out your enemies from a safe distance.
Slide to Play says that Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction looks and plays great, and it's rare that we see such a sophisticated stealth game on this platform. Next up, let's answer a few questions from you guys. First question this month is from Roche, who says, "Hi, will Gameloft continue to release games for older generation of iPhones, or should we gamers upgrade to newer phones?"
Well, to keep with rising trends, Gameloft always tries to develop games for the most popular devices out there. Unfortunately, that means if you have a phone from 5 or 6 years ago, you might want to consider an upgrade. Fortunately, Apple fans will be happy to know that all of our games are compatible with any generation of iPhone or iPod Touch, which means they'll all run perfectly.
Nevertheless, if you have an iPhone 3GS or the last generation iPod Touch, you'll be lucky enough to see additional graphics, effects, and features that only run on your device. Of course, this will continue to be the case when the next generation iPhone and iPod Touch ship out, and we'll be able to improve game quality and add new features.
Gameloft always tries to take advantage of the latest hardware and operating systems available to bring you guys the best-looking games possible.
Alright, next up we have The Pineapple, who says, I really think you guys should make walkthroughs or tip videos on how to complete the harder trophies, because there are always one or two that really ask you to give up an arm and a leg to achieve.
That's actually not a bad suggestion. If you guys have levels or games that are giving you trouble, write in and let us know. And if we get enough of a response, we'll make walkthroughs for you guys.
That's a good idea. Alright, so that ends our Q&A segment. If you have questions for us, please leave them in the comment section of our blog, and we'll try to answer a few each month. And of course, if you want more information or videos, please check out our blog, Twitter page, Facebook account, and YouTube channel.
From Gameloft, I'm Josh.
And I'm Naomi, and you've been watching the Gameloft Video Podcast.
Gameloft announced last month they have now reached a giant...
In keeping with the themes of franchises and sequels, I think it's time to move on to our next game, which...
It's not.
In keeping with the theme of franchises and sequels, we're going to show you a trailer of something In keeping with the theme of franchises and sequels, I think it's time to move on.
We have to start over, sorry.
What?
I made a funny face.
Yeah, you made a really...